The article we're looking at today was produced in 2015, and it looks at the evidence for a recent creation based on the mutations that are taking place within the DNA. It's called the molecular clock. Now, traditionally, the molecular clock has always been dated using evolutionary paradigm, and therefore, because they're looking for millions of years, they will find it because it's built into the assumptions. Take out that evolutionary paradigm and just look at the evidence as it actually is, and you begin to find that several lines of evidence point to a recent creation. But the one that I think is most interesting is the one with mitochondrial DNA, which the article looks at it towards the end. And that is where people like Jensen and Carter and Sanford have worked on the mitochondrial DNA that only is found in women. And it is seen there that the level of mutations that are evident are consistent with a recent 6,000 year creation. This is also true for the Y chromosome, and there that is only passed on through the male line, and there you find a similar level of mutation rate, roughly about 6,000 years. In fact, to be honest, it would be very hard to see how you could have an old creation given the level of mutations that we are seeing in humans. It's roughly 75 to 175 per generation. The DNA would become so badly mutated that it would become ineffective after hundreds of thousands of years of mutations. So I think many lines of evidence are brought together in this particular article to confirm that the molecular clock is not something that supports millions of years, but using the empirical evidence that we have, thousands of years is a much more logical explanation for the age of the DNA. And if the DNA is only thousands of years old because of the mutations that we observe, then we have clear evidence that the Bible is correct and that evolution is false. And that really does mean that we have to take seriously what the Bible says about eternity. And again, as I say, that's the main reason for doing this particular website and looking at these articles, is to bring us back to the authority of the Bible as being good, and being able to therefore say, because the Bible talks about salvation in the way that it does, then we need to take that seriously. Well, thank you for listening.